going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys are on a fantastic day today, and today we have the trip report on the American Airlines Airbus A321 with fence tips from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport to Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. I really hope you guys are excited for today's video, and let's get it rolling. As you guys can tell, we're currently making our way over to gate C7. If you guys missed the layover vlog from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport, be sure to check it out as there was a lot of awesome stuff in that layover. But nevertheless, let's keep making our way over to gate C7. Welcome to gate C7. Here's our American Airlines Airbus A321 for today, November 170 Uniform Sierra. It was delivered to US Airways brand new on May 21st, 2001 and transferred to American Airlines on April 8th, 2015. This will be my first time flying an American Airlines Airbus A321 with fence tips with CFM engines. Back in 2017, I flew a A321 very similar to this, however it had IAE engines. I was very excited, but we had some very interesting developments going on at the gate area. Most certainly one of the most exciting elements of this trip was I got to meet a fan. His name was Ryan, and he found me through my YouTube videos, which was awesome. So what happened was he actually contacted me and asked me what time I was leaving on this leg from Dallas-Fort Worth to Phoenix. And I told him I was on American Airlines flight 2379 from Dallas-Fort Worth to Phoenix Sky Harbor. He went up to Pittsburgh for the weekend for a wedding, so he was going home, and he came through Dallas-Fort Worth, and we were on the same exact flight. So that was super awesome. What was even more ironic is that we actually had very similar seating. I was in seat 7F and he was in seat 7A, so that was just super ironic. Very cool, as we'll talk about more in a moment. Also, be sure to check out his social medias. He has an awesome YouTube channel, which is Greeny Brothers Flying. He does awesome, very cool non-rev story videos on there. He also has Instagram and all those fun platforms, so be sure to check him out. Anyways, so we were getting ready to board and the full crew wasn't there, so we weren't able to board on time. We actually boarded about 20 minutes late once the full crew showed up. As you guys can see this clip here, everybody was patiently waiting to board, but me and Ryan just sat there and talked the whole time. It was a bunch of fun. At long last, boarding finally began at 10:30 a.m. and I was super excited. I boarded in group 6 today, which was expected. Today I would be seating in seat 7F, which is a main cabin extra seat towards the front of the aircraft with an awesome engine and wing view combo. I was super excited to get on this Lust bus as it's been quite a while since I've been on a Lust bus, so let's get it rolling. Welcome to seat 7F. As you can tell, we have a pretty decent amount of legroom for a main cabin extra seat. We have the seat back contents, the seat back, and the tray table all looking very nice right here. Here is the wing and engine view combo that I was talking about that looks amazing from 7F, as there goes the baggage loader. As you can tell, we're still here at gate C7 at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport in some overcast conditions, but it was looking nice. And here's the portable charger, as I want to keep my phone powered up to bring this awesome content to you guys. One of the most interesting sequences of the trip happened right after I got settled in. So as you guys can see by this screenshot right here, American Airlines sent me a notification offering to switch my flights for a travel voucher. So pretty much what the purpose of this was there was so much demand for more seats on the Phoenix to Dallas leg, which was my American Airlines Airbus A321 Neo flight. American Airlines was offering up to $550 vouchers, which was absolutely insane. I thought that it wasn't the best idea to vouch for this option, even though that's a lot of money, because I didn't want to miss any connections home. I was very pleased with all the seats and everything I already had selected, and I thought that I would be pushing it to go for any of these vouchers. So I thought that was the best option to deny this option. However, I do appreciate American Airlines giving me this option, as I'm sure some people on flexible schedules would very much appreciate $550. Anyways, let's hop back into the flight. Let's begin our pushback from gate C7. Please let me know in the comment section if you guys would like to see a full pushback video, including a engine start of these CFM engines. I will show a portion of it in this trip report. However, if you guys would like to see a full pushback video, please let me know in the comment section. Let's begin our pushback.
U.S. law requires compliance with lighted and posted signs and crew instructions. All flights are non-smoking. This includes e-cigarettes. It's against the law to tamper with, disable, or destroy the laboratory smoke detectors. The safety card in your seat pocket explains the safety features of this airplane, including the location and operation of exits and flotation devices. This airplane has 2 exit doors in the front, 2 exit doors forward to the wings, 2 exit doors behind the wings, and 2 exit doors in the back. All exits have evacuation slides to use in an emergency. When directed to exit, jump onto the slide and move away from the airplane. In a water evacuation, the exit door slides in the front and back of the airplane can be detached and used for flotation. All exits are clearly marked with signs and opening instructions.
That was an awesome engine start. Let's begin our taxi over to the west side of Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport to get ready for our takeoff today. The majority of the westbound flights take off from runway 18 left on the west side of the airfield, so let's get ready to taxi over there. I'm sure if you guys have seen my Instagram, you guys typically know what I do during our taxis out of large airports. Take pictures of airplanes, of course. But as you can tell, I do film a little bit here, as here's an American 737 currently on the resting ramp, resting between flights. And then as you guys can tell with these very cool storm clouds, very impressive to see these thick clouds during as early as late April, which was very, very cool. Anyways, I'll see you guys when we make it over to the other side of the airport with a very interesting situation ahead. I always love getting the taxi across the bridge at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. It's so cool that you can literally taxi inside an airplane over a road, and I always find this so fascinating. We made our way over to the west side of Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport, and as you guys could tell, there was a huge lineup of aircraft because of that huge thunderstorm on the north side of the airport, so we couldn't take off, of course, as I'm sure you guys could know. But as you guys can tell right here, there's a ton of awesome aircraft, including that Japan Airlines 787-9 that we saw in the layover vlog, and also my very first time catching the American Airlines Airbus A321 in the Allegheny Heritage paint scheme, which was such a special moment. I was so excited. And later on this trip, we catch my final remaining Heritage aircraft in Reno Air during the night, and I'm really excited to share that with you guys. But nevertheless, for this trip report, it was very interesting to see this huge lineup, as I haven't seen in a very long time, obviously with the pandemic and everything. So we get an announcement here in just a second from our captain letting us know that we are going to be delayed by at least 10 minutes due to this thunderstorm on the north side of the field. And I knew with 15 aircraft sitting over there waiting for takeoff that we weren't going to be taking off in 10 minutes. We ended up taking off about 20 minutes after he said that, and it turned into about a 35-40 minute delay. I was just a little bit anxious because my layover in Phoenix was about an hour roughly, and the flight, I wasn't sure when it was going to take off before we left, so I didn't know the status of the flight home on the A321neo. But luckily everything worked out, as I'm sure you guys could tell. But nevertheless, let's listen to this announcement by the captain.
North of the airport, just kind of back things up here. We are headed westbound, so hopefully they'll won't delay us too long, but we'll keep you advised if there are any significant delays. Right now, I would guess we're about number 10 or 12 for takeoff, so we'll be here for at least 10 minutes. And anything beyond that, we'll let you know.
Finally, almost an hour after our scheduled departure time of 10:45 a.m. at 11:36 a.m. we were finally taking off. As usual, the full takeoff video will be coming out very soon, and you can find a link to that in the description box below. But nevertheless, enjoy this awesome takeoff on runway 18 left at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. What a takeoff that was from runway 18 left. It was most certainly worth paying up for seat 7F and main cabin extra to get that amazing CFM engine view and sound, man. That was unbelievable, as you guys saw. I really enjoyed when he pulled back on the throttle. That was so satisfying. And the whole sound of that CFM engine, man, that was so worth it. I'm so glad I decided to do that. It was also awesome to get to see the Cathay 747-8 freighter and the Hi-Fly A330 once again on takeoff. But anyways, we made a very quick right turn out of Dallas-Fort Worth to head west towards Phoenix. Even though we took off 50 minutes late with the strong strong tailwind behind us, we would make pretty gosh darn good time, as we will see throughout the video. But anyways, let's begin our climb up to 32,000 feet for today's cruising altitude. As we were climbing to 32,000 feet, there was not too much to look at outside the windows. There was so many storm clouds in the Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport area. However, those CFM engines continued to roar and they sound awesome. Since I was doing so much spotting on my layovers, I thought it would be an awesome idea to bring an in-flight snack of some Chex Mix on board this flight, and it was awesome. Also, we can finally see just a little bit of blue outside. Here are the seatback contents. Here's the Airbus A321 safety card with the April 2019 revision. As you can tell, this Airbus A321 has 8 exits, and it's a very awesome aircraft, as you can see right here, with all these awesome demonstrations of all the safety precautions. Very important, as we can see right there, and there is the back right there. Next up, we have the American Way magazine. This is that February 2021 rendition of it, and I'm very glad to see the American Way still going strong, even though during these times most airlines have removed quite a lot from the seatback contents, but American has chose to keep the American Way magazine. Here's the whole entire fleet with a picture of a 777-300ER right there, looking very nice with a wide variety of aircraft. Not near as wide as what it used to be, but still a lot. And the Embraer 140 is still on there, which is really cool. No CRJ200 or anything, of course. Unfortunately, no MD-80. Yeah, I make the point of the Embraer ERJ140. I thought that was interesting, even though, you know, it was obviously flying. Just very interesting. There's Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport pointing at the C concourse where we got out of, C7 right there. And I think we go over to the Phoenix map here in a second at the Terminal 4. I was trying to find it. Let's see if I find it here. Not quite. Let's see here. Oh, there it is right there on the corner. There we go. And our arrival gate for today, I believe, was A5. Yes, it was A5 at the N3 concourse, which was absolutely awesome. Our departure gate was out of A7, and I was pointing at where I wanted to do some plane spotting, which we'll talk about in the Phoenix layover vlog very soon. Wide variety of American sub airports as well, and going from Dallas-Fort Worth over to Phoenix, and it says Scottsdale, which is interesting. And we were around Roswell at the current time when I was filming this update, so looking very nice right there, as we can tell, and numerous maps throughout, and a lot to do in the American Way magazine, so looking very nice. And last but certainly not least, we have the waist air sickness bag, so a nice wide selection there. Still got the portable charger going, and we have a very nice view outside the window if I get the window up here, and the sun is finally came out a little bit, so looking very nice right here, and we'll see you guys shortly. And here's the aircraft currently contrailing over. Honestly, it's very hard to tell what it is. It looks like a 737-700 or A319 kind of. It could have been some sort of BBJ maybe or something. I honestly have no idea. If you guys have any ideas on what this may be, let me know. But it was going southwest, so very interesting, but really cool to see that. Probably about 36,000 feet or so. At long last, we have finally worked our way into some relatively clear skies. On the ground, you guys can see some tanks, and these are southwest of Carlsbad, New Mexico. I believe these are for oil or something like that. As you guys can tell, I'm really enjoying this American Airlines Airbus A321. American Airlines has 218 Airbus A321s in a variety of configurations with CFM and IAE engines, along with fence tips and sharklets. There are currently 3 configurations of the American Airlines Airbus A321s. The transcontinental versions is one version and is only found on 6 aircraft, while there are 2 other main cabins found on the majority of the fleet. American typically uses the Airbus A321s on longer mainline flights around the United States, and is relatively evenly distributed between all American Airlines hubs. This particular A321, November 170 Uniform Sierra, is one of the older American A321s in the fleet, being delivered brand new to US Airways in May of 2001. This A321 is rocking the combo CFM56 engines along with fence tips. This A321 is quite different from the A321 I flew in 2017, November 572 Uniform Whiskey. She is only 7.4 years old and has IAE engines. US Airways had many orders for the Airbus A321s with a variety of combinations to fulfill their desires, and of course American Airlines integrated all of them as a result of the merger. Let's not forget this amazing view from 7F as we have worked into completely sunny skies. I was having a blast looking at all this scenery and was super excited for our arrival at Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. We were making very good time after struggling to get out of Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport on time. The cabin was calm and I was a little tired from my 4 a.m. wake up, so I rested my eyes and enjoyed the pretty views while we cruised at 32,000 feet. Absolutely stunning views out here, as you can tell. Let's pan it back into the cabin and take an even more in-depth look at our seat right here. So here's a nice view of our seat 7F. It looks really good, and here's the front seat as we can see right here. Panning over to the armrest, as you can see, we did have what were the radio controls, but that has since been obsolete due to all the technology that we have in today's world, but still very cool to see this amazing nostalgia here on the armrest. There's the recline as well, which was very helpful for this flight. And then as you can see right here, we have a very good 34 inches of legroom here in main cabin extra. This is definitely a significant upgrade over the 32 inches you'll find in main cabin. Those extra 2 inches really make a huge difference. I had a lot of room to stretch out with my camera bag in front of me. Here's the no smoking, fasten seatbelt while seated sign, and here is the full cabin right here. Very nice divider between first class and the main cabin. Great air conditioning units, reading lights, and all that fun stuff. I then proceeded on to go on to the American Airlines app to see what kind of service that we could expect on today's flight. Now, from my observations, the distance between Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport and Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport is approximately 1,055 miles. Even though our flight should fall into the category of flights between 900 and 2,200 miles, we got the treatment of the flights under 900 miles, which I was very interested by. And as you guys can see, the main observation of the flights under 900 miles is water, canned drinks, and juice by request only. Now, we should have been in the other tier unless if American Airlines is using some sort of other mile matrix to calculate the distance of these flights, but we should have been in the complimentary pretzels or Biscoff cookies along with bottled water during boarding. So I thought that was really interesting. Let me know in the comment section if you guys had any sort of experiences like this where American Airlines did other service types rather than what was in the criteria of that flight distance. Do keep in mind that this was in February of 2021, and I'm sure the service is much different now that things are getting better, luckily.
Phoenix, due to the high winds in the valley today. We'll give you a few minutes to start closing down computers. Small handheld electronic devices may be used in airplane mode. We're going to pass through the cabin and collect any service items or any items of trash that you would like to discard. We're going to prepare for landing shortly.
As you can tell, it is already time to descend. This flight went by very fast. Today we would have a very scenic approach into the Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. We'll pass just north of Tucson, Arizona and get going northwest and descending, as we'll see many airports throughout this approach, and get ready for a landing on Phoenix Sky Harbor's runway 26. We will have a beautiful approach as Phoenix was in a partly cloudy environment at 65 degrees on this February day. Let's get started with this approach. As always, the landing video will be coming very soon and it will be in 1:1 time, so if you'd like to see the full details of this approach, that video will be coming very soon. The first airport that we passed by on our descent into Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport was Coolidge Public Airport. This airport seems really cool. As we can see on the ramp, there are multiple military aircraft on the ramp, and this just seems like an overall very cool airport with the runway setup and all of those sort of things. It is located south of Florence, Arizona, and a very neat airport to see on our descent. Another airport we were able to see on our descent was Phoenix Mesa International Airport. Phoenix Mesa International Airport is home to one of the largest Allegiant Air operations in the United States and is a very cool airport. Look at that trio parallel runway setup. That is awesome. And as you can see by the shadows on the ground, there were quite a few clouds in the area, but they definitely looked pretty cool, so I wasn't complaining too much. As we continue to descend into the Phoenix area, we will give our final thoughts about this flight as we get ready to land on runway 26 at Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. I thought that American Airlines did another awesome job with this flight. It was very enjoyable and I had a blast. The amenities were nice, the cabin crew was friendly, the product was solid, and I couldn't have asked for much more than what was presented. Even though these older A321s are definitely showing their age a little bit, November 170 Uniform Sierra was still a ton of fun. I was also pleased with my main cabin Edgeta upgrade. I mainly upgraded because of the engine wing view combo, but the Edgeta legroom was definitely worth it on this longer flight. What a beautiful view we have of Phoenix on this final approach. Like I said, the full landing video will be coming out very soon. Definitely consider checking it out as it was beautiful. Anyways, nevertheless, here's our landing on runway 26 at Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. Enjoy.
Welcome to Phoenix. Local time here is 1:01. We will be taxiing for a few minutes. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. At that time, please check around your seating area and in the overhead compartments for any personal items you brought on board today. Please use care when opening the overhead compartments, as your items may have shifted during our flight.
Welcome to Phoenix, everybody. I'm super excited to be here as it's my first time here as an aviation enthusiast. There's a Delta Airbus A330 over at the T3 South Concourse. What a beautiful view we have over here at Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. This is lovely. As expected, I went full-on DSLR picture mode, so I do not have any more footage of our taxi in. However, I can definitely recreate the experience. American Airlines parks at Terminal 4 at Phoenix on the north side with concourses A and B. This part of the terminal consists of 4 concourses and is absolutely ginormous. Today we'll be parking at N2 at gate Alpha 5. As you can see by this wing view, it was absolutely beautiful and I was so excited to be in Phoenix. Thank you guys so much for watching this trip report. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. The next videos up for this trip will be the takeoff and landings from this flight, followed by the layover vlog at Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport, which will be followed by the American Airlines Airbus A321 Neo trip report from Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport to Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. I hope you guys are excited for all of these videos. They were absolutely awesome and I don't want you guys to miss out on them. If you don't want to miss out on this content and haven't already, I highly recommend clicking that subscribe button and enabling your notification bell so you know when these videos are posted. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to consider giving it a like and commenting below if you guys had any thoughts, feedbacks, or want to reply to any of the questions I asked throughout this video. Nevertheless, I'm going to be super excited to see you guys in the next parts of the Dallas and Phoenix day trip. Feel free to check out the full playlist I've made for this day trip, as all the content will be compiled into this one playlist. Also, feel free to check out any of the content from the first leg of the trip coming from Tulsa to Dallas on the American Airlines Airbus A319 and the Dallas layover vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time as Redriveraviation is signing off.